Witam was bardzo serdecznie w kolejnym odcinku Zagrajmy nocą broadcast. Trochę zmieniłem zdanie, po prostu jak teraz mam jeszcze czas, to nagram sobie po prostu na zapas filmy, bo to w sumie 3 zostały. No, także ja nagrywam na zapas, więc no. Lecimy dalej z grą. Także lecimy dalej. No, wracamy tego samego dnia do domu po tej akcji. Trochę zaskoczeni, że wysadzili bomby atomowe. Wchodzimy do domu. Rodzina też jest bardzo zdziwienie. No, zabijanie milionów osób to nie jest odpowiedź, a jest. No, to jest. To jest zbrodnia wojenna. Teraz się stała. Po zamordowali sobie i bardzo daleki skok gry mamy, jak można zauważyć. Aż o 2 lata. No to idziemy tam po herbatę. Chyba naukowcy teraz po prostu znikają. Że nie wyjaśnionym powodzie. No właśnie, ale po prostu będzie mi... Basically digital target the people speaking out against them. Nie wiadomo, czy disrupt ich, czy pewnie celowe. Teraz Buzman wchodzi wkurzony, mówi, żeby zamknąć relię o polityce, bo to nie jest miejsce od tego. Także no, tak w wielkim skrócie. Sobie zatrzymujcie, czytajcie to, no nie ma problemu. Dalej, wielki skip czasowy do dnia 850. Jest coraz lepszy już, nie wiem, technicznie. No wspierać to, że dzieciak jest jakimś scenariuszem, nie? Menedżerem CCO w tym przypadku będzie. Tak, to Light Flames. O. Night of Fire tak zwany. Disrupt zaatakowało i wypuścili wielu więźniów politycznych. Przy okazji zaraz się dowiecie więcej rzeczy o tym. Ktoś znowu mi pisze na Discordzie. Uwielbiam tak. Dzień 912 i kolejna transmisja, więc wstrzymuję nagranie, żeby nie widać loading screenu. Trochę się też zmienił, jak widać. Dzień 912. Powstanie. Ktoś zostawił tu radio, żeby mieć kontakt z tym, jak ma, Alanem Jamesem. Tak, to trzeba grać na drugą. To na sam koniec Hamilton Space. Ja chcę, żeby puścić też jego kasetę. Studio wróciło do tego z poprzedniego, ale mogę zapewnić was, że udźwiękowienie się zmienia i chyba to jest moje ulubione udźwiękowienie na For Broadcast. Też Megan dalej jest ten. I tu ważna informacja. Nie żyje Peter Clement. Czemu zmarł? Trzeba zrobić jedno zakończenie, trzeba wiedzieć w 100% czemu on nie żyje. Mogę śmiało powiedzieć, że został zamordowany. Ale nie przez Disrupt.
Good evening. This is the National Nightly News broadcasting across the territories. My name is Megan Wolf. Our top stories tonight. Future legend. It's been 40 days since Disrupt conducted multiple attacks across the territories. During the coordinated action, subsequently dubbed the Night of Fire, emergency services were kept
Jeremy Donaldson
while a series of covert attacks were carried
został
out
uwolniony.
political prisoners, including former newsman Jeremy Donaldson. Nothing has been heard from the missing journalist since the violent Disrupt attack on his convoy 6 weeks ago. Donaldson was on his way back to Betterment after his notorious...
Więzienia teraz zmieniły się w Betterment. Ciekawe czemu. To jest też dobra zagrywka. Darmowe jedzenie dla wszystkich ludzi. Ciekawe.
Jack Tractorpants, spokesman for the menu centres, said today that while they can guarantee the contents of every box is nutritious, the actual quality of the meals you cook depends on whether you have a touch of Chef Jordan Rankley or the culinary skills of a professional footballer.
O. No to akurat jest racja. Do jedzenia. Gordon Rankley. Ciekawe do kogo to jest nawiązanie. Aj. Kraje się tamte poddały technicznie teraz jest... Z tych co były na wojnie z tym naszym krajem są teraz jednym krajem, nie? I nie mówi się już na przykład Urkistan czy coś tak, tylko mówi się teraz terytorium i numer tego terytorium. To też jest zrozumiałe. Wszystko się zmienia na nowe w końcu. Signs of ever more resistance to advance's radical policies today, as popular resistance movement Disrupt extended their reach further across the territories. The organization's emblem appeared in every major city across the territories last night in a well-coordinated publicity stunt, which has seen them dominate the headlines. Asked about the impressive display earlier today, Disrupt fajnie to jest zrobione. Bardzo ładnie. Critical mass.
And final headlines tonight for 3 stories we've been following closely for the last 2.5 years. Foreign soil, a glimpse today of failed CEO Sophia Remington, who, facing serious criminal charges centred around the details of her pet project, has spent the last year in refuge at the Malvalian embassy here in the capital. With no end in sight to her self-imposed isolation, the board of Remington's Fist removed her as CEO in absentia this morning by a unanimous vote. Sophia was heard to yell something obscene in Malvalian at the assembled journalists before slinking back inside. We didn't catch all of it, but it was something about our mother and a goat. Fun guy. Unexpected news today as 2 familiar scientists announced the birth of an extraordinary child. The underground struggle
udało się im uciec.
and Ingrid Sporsborg-Horgensward captured the hearts of people around the world. And after an arduous return voyage, which took over a year, the couple say they've never been happier. Baby Dante is said to be healthy, if a bit partial to the airing cupboard.
O, dobrze, że jest dobre zakończenie.
As speculation emerges as to the state of their marriage. As Tiffany completes her 10 months community service for the assault of revelers at the wedding, Johnny told a close friend that she seemed to be happier cleaning pavements than she ever did cleaning my trophies. A source close to the couple said, although they're terribly unhappy, they want to stay together for the goldfish.
Lol.
Plus, we'll be taking a trip to Dangly Parks for the notice board, as well as getting a sneak peek at the hottest...
Też nie będę wchodził w haki Disrupt, ale będę mówił to, co on prosi. Zmieniło się udźwiękowienie i wycięli Donaldsona po prostu z... Jak można zauważyć z tego starego intra. O, jest teraz pusto.
500 days after the loss of a fine leader and a great man, the start of tonight's program
O,
is
nie żyje
dedicated
niestety
to
Peter.
celebrating the life of Peter Clement. Patrick Bannon is live from Parliament Park, where Julia Salisbury will be breaking ground on what will soon be a
Jest i
memorial
Patryk.
garden in Peter's honour. Patrick.
Listening to that old bitch lying through her teeth about missing that poor bastard.
Patrick,
I don't know what I'm going to do.
we're live.
Because I'm not being funny. Things were better with Peter, weren't they? They
Patrick.
were, and I don't mind saying it. They were. Because he held her back. But now there's no stopping.
Ojojoj, zaraz będzie miał problemy za to, co mówi.
No, not with public ownership. Now with public ownership, you can't say anything these days. She's lost it now. She's completely off the rocker. I heard from an aide that... Hello, Megan. You join me here live from the what? Hello, Megan. You join me here live from the what? Oh.
Ojoj.
Seems like we've lost some signal there for a moment. Well,
Ciekawe czemu straciliśmy sygnał, co?
groundbreaking ceremony just as soon as we can get Patrick back. Meanwhile, let me just say, I think the memorial gardens are going to be gorgeous. I've had a sneak peek at the designs, and Alana Marsh has done a fabulous job. Oh, okay, all right. It seems like we have got the signal
O,
back.
nowa
We can now
osoba.
go live to Patrick Bannon in Parliament Park. Patrick.
Thank you, Megan. I'm Patrick Bannon.
Nie wiem, ja się nie skapnąłem, nie? Że to jest inna osoba, nie?
Here.
To jest przecież Patrick, zawsze tak wyglądał, nie? Od początku. Od początku gry był kobietą, przecież, no wiadomo.
Behind me.
Postman here. The boys in editing have just
A
informed
ten ma to w dupie.
footage isn't fully cut together yet. You're going to have to do it on the fly. For goodness sake, make sure you make them look good.
Slowly gathering since this afternoon.
This is Alan. We can undermine them here and help us win hearts and minds. We can look bad, Alex. Really bad.
And it seems like the ceremony is getting underway. Here is Prime Minister Julia
To
Salisbury.
jest
The picture
Julia.
elegance to begin her address.
Good evening, fellow teammates and friends. 500 days ago, all of our lives changed irrevocably. Still reeling from the triumphs and tribulations of Liberation Night, another great loss befell the people of these newly united territories. The loss of a leader, a statesman, a dear friend, and a hero.
Ja no nie będę robił
Peter Gordon.
mu złego wyglądu.
Peter's death at the age of just 62, of course, announced by the team on the 24th of December, just 6 weeks after Liberation Night.
Born to a
6
working
dni.
class family on a housing estate in Rotherham, Peter first trained as a carpenter before getting his start on television. First moving and building scenery, and then developing into the personality that we all knew and loved so much.
Just the Job first hit our screens over 25 years ago, running for 11 series, winning multiple awards, and charming audiences up and down the country.
Peter taught us, all of us, not to be content with the way things are,
No cóż,
not to accept inequities, no matter how small. But he also taught us what it took to fight them. Courage, integrity, empathy, and hard, bloody graft.
Across a career spanning 3 decades.
też książkę wydał jakąś tam własną.
Wake up, it's Saturday. And much later, late night chat show PT, which at its peak drew millions of viewers.
Peter was by no means a saint. Trust me, he once told me he had more regrets than he'd had stolen dinners. He always did have a knack for a turn of phrase. But it speaks to the strength of his character that he chose to share with us his mistakes alongside his achievements, his faults as well as his talents. Peter had the heart to give it all he had for the people of these united territories.
Famous for his potty mouth, it's estimated conservatively that Peter Clement uttered over 1.5
źle
million
pokazałem.
swear words during his career, though some sources put this figure well in excess of 2 million F-bombs alone.
Gripped by illness as he was in the weeks and months leading up to Liberation Night,
Tam przywalił komuś.
we loved. He wasn't the man we loved. But his eyes still twinkled with that familiar joy for life, that spark of wit and wisdom of a life lived for others.
Prime Minister Clement, of course, died from apparent liver failure after suffering from the long-term effects of alcohol abuse.
I first met Peter nearly 20 years ago. Moment before I was supposed to give a speech. Not unlike this one, actually.
Does the job.
I'd spilt coffee all down myself. I was young, nervous, desperate to be liked, and from behind me I heard, "Christ, pet, you've either pissed your kecks or sprung a leak, but either way you got a problem." And before I could even say a word, he stripped off his dry trousers and insisted I took them. That was the sort of man that Peter Clement was. Kind, compassionate, sensitive, a brilliant thinker, a natural leader, but mostly a good man. This glorious
85 tam był.
this shining beacon
Maybe you could edit more in our favor next time. Things are about to get started. We have another chance to control the impression the public gets. You'll know when, Alex.
future he forged, the
Pamiętasz w tym 10-sekundowych zmianach.
To me, he'll always be the man in his pants, cheering on a stranger at the back of the conference. It is my great honor to give to you the
Poszła
Peter
sobie,
Clement
poszła sobie Peter, poszła sobie Patrick Bannon.
Should we see if we can get a countdown going? Everyone with me? 10, 9, 8, 7.
Ojoj. Jakieś zdziwienie, co się stało?
Alex, control the message.
Mom, we have to get you to safety. Come with us.
I'm not leaving, I can't.
Come with us.
You two,
Moment.
come with me. You two, don't panic.
You're hurting me!
Well, stop resisting then. Stop resisting and we'll let you up.
I'm not resisting! Ah!
What are you doing?
I'm not resisting! You saw! I'm not resisting!
Turn the camera off. National Night News. We have the right to be here. I said turn the fucking camera off. I said turn the fucking camera off. Who the fuck are you?
Oh, I can't hear you. I can't hear anything.
Yes. Medics are coming. You sit down.
No, I can't hear you. I'm from the National Nightly News.
Well, then you can consider this payback. Salisbury's still here. Salisbury's still here. Julia Salisbury! You were guilty of the murder of more than 10! Justice demands a response!
Haven't you done enough? Look around you. This is what your precious freedom looks like, is it?
Padły strzały.
Take to the streets. The time has come. Stop miners. Break windows. Draw them out. They can't stop us all. Resist. Distract.
Lower your weapons. Location secure. Lower your weapons.
What are you doing? Come on! Shut that off. I said turn it off. Shut that off. I said turn it off.
Dobra, nie, no trzeba puścić to.
Is this not enough? You've just seen them execute unarmed civilians. People like you and me. So why are you watching this? Why are you not in the streets with us tonight? What will it take for you to get up and be a part of this? March on team headquarters, storm the building, demand elections, demand answers. Be what you were born to be, the once and future free.
That means by now. Don't go away. We'll be back after this. We'll be back.
That didn't go so well, Alex.
Jak?
But we can turn it around in the next segment.
Distance from the unit base.
And I'm Janet.
O, remix zamyka.
This is the big one. Great. So there's a revolution happening outside and we're off to family fucking cars.
That's journalism, apparently.
We get set for the next sequence.
On sale!
Wow, look at all this stuff. Such low prices. Like this. Box of packing peanuts.
Or this bottle of Brad's urine.
Or our deceased colleague's gold teeth.
believe it's all on sale.
Yes, indeed. This place is closing down and everything's gotta go.
No, it's not closing down.
Relocating, relocating.
Ojej.
Alex, during this next section, a cameraman working in the newsroom who's one of us is going to get a coded location out. We don't know yet which camera he's on, but if we find out, I'll let you know. Just keep your eyes out for the fist and try and keep it on the air for at least 5 seconds. Our operatives will do the rest.
Oh, while you still can.
This is your new makeup artist, Craig.
No.
What?
No.
10 seconds, everybody. Sorry, Craig. It's a no. Okay, we are going in 5, 4, 3.
No cóż.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News with me, Megan Wolf. Very shortly, we'll be heading on over to the final episode of what has quickly become a hugely successful feature, the notice board. But before we do, let's chat with Philippa Radin. Tell me, why do you think the public love the notice board so much?
It's real. There, I said it. It connects with people. You
O,
know,
tu jest już ten
and they say
symbol disruptu.
real people struggling with real.
No się przełączyć na kamerę w odpowiednim momencie.
That's a really interesting point.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying to my PA secretary as I got out the limo, I was saying, it's good for people to see normal, authentic people like them on TV.
People like you.
Yeah, precisely. Unfortunately, then I was interrupted by some dreadful wretch who wanted an autograph, but a swift kicking from security soon put him back in line.
Yes, well, I think it's really good that our screens are filled with such relatable stories. So, the notice board is coming to an end after a sensational time at the top. What do you think has made this show so successful?
It's a combination of so many things.
O, słuchaj, strzały na zewnątrz.
My talent, my look.
Wow, you really have a lot to thank you for.
Hey, hey, hey. You're welcome. Hey, hey, hey.
We've just heard our man's on camera 4.
I have a real
Zbliży, niech
sense
zbliży, niech
of
zbliży.
responsibility now. You know, a sense I've been entrusted with something precious and that I
Back to
should
the
use
interview,
that
Alex.
for good.
Yeah, I think that's really important, that we should use this platform to do good in the world, I agree.
That's exactly it. So
Dobra, udało się
I've
puścić
decided to
sygnał.
cover as many
Excellent work, Alex. That's the location shared. Next, you'll need to give them the go.
Is that better access to education or reducing child poverty?
No, by adopting as many as I can get my hands on.
Oh, okay. How many children have you adopted?
Oh, we're well into the double figures now, Megan. I stopped counting in the late 30s.
Goodness, that is a lot of children.
Yeah, once we finish putting them into the guest room, I'll have to put a futon in the laundry cupboard.
Oh, you really are some sort of hero.
Hey, I live a privileged life. What can I say? I mean, any child I can take on is a child rescued from suffering.
Oh, children.
O,
Were their lives really that bad before?
Oh, they're Northern's, I presume so.
Okay.
Yeah, it's shocking to think, actually, that only 1 in 10,000 children have a celebrity parent.
aha.
I'd never thought of it that way
And
before.
I'm doing everything I can to fix those numbers.
What do you think it is about your life that's so desirable?
Ale tam strzały padają.
Well, it's mainly shame and panic.
Strzelają tam
interspersed with
ostro.
a bottle of water. So, actually, if anyone wants to, I'd happily trade.
Now that I can relate to. Right, I better go off and get ready. That was Philippa Radin sharing some thoughts about her lifestyle. I think it's really important to stay grounded and keep everything in perspective. Clearly, not everyone else agrees, but that's enough from me. Let's go now over to Dangly Parts for the final ever episode of the Notice Board.
To szybka była ta zmiana z czerwonej na...
What a day! First a tea morning, and now to post this notice. I don't know how I managed to cope with it all. Oh wait, perhaps I do.
To niezłe. Alkohol przenoszony w krzyżu.
Oh! By St. Barnabas, what on earth is all this?
Freeze, dirtbag!
Oh, Laura, it's you. I thought for a moment you were a knife-wielding mugger or stabber.
No, I'm afraid not. It's just me, a community cohesion officer, responsible for keeping crime at record lows.
Of course. Keep forgetting that thanks to you and your colleagues, violence on our streets is a thing of the past.
What's all this, Vicar?
I know! It's a disgrace. Somebody...
It's time for the go code. Give us 3 boos in a row, Alex. That will start the pincer movement. We might just pull this off. Push forward! 3 boos, Alex.
Careful, Vicar. It looks heavy.
Ha!
It looks
They
heavy.
don't call me the right
Vamos.
reverend. Ripped for no reason.
Yes!
It's no good.
It looks like all those crucifix classes were a waste of time.
Perhaps you, a young CCO, would be able to use it.
2 for 2. Fantastic.
O. O nie.
Looks like all those lifting classes were a waste of time.
It's too heavy, even for me, a strong and capable
You did it, Alex. We're good to go.
to lift this.
Did someone call for the best firefighter in
O,
town?
Jeff. Jeff the Plum albo Jeff Algebra.
Well done, Captain Evans. You're
Captain
so
Evans.
much stronger than us.
Especially me, the weak old man.
It's the least I could do for my community.
No luck catching the little devil then?
Unfortunately not. The ferrets struck again last night. When Ray opened the post office this morning, he found that every single stamp had been pre-licked.
God! Some people have no decency.
Sadly, if we don't catch him before tomorrow, we may have to cancel the village fete.
Don't worry.
Nie
We won't
dobrze.
let that happen. Will we, Vicar?
No.
Will we, Vicar?
Laura, tell me, why do they call him the ferret?
Some say it's because of his sneaky nature, but really it's because whenever he strikes, he always leaves behind the foul stench of urine.
Never fear, officer. We'll catch this pissy nuisance and save the village fete. Or my name's not Captain Danger Evans.
Danger
The
Evans.
cohesion team are doing their best, but they simply don't have the smarts to solve this mystery. But I know someone who does. Someone who's about to blow this thing wide open. Me! Blackout!
It's the morning of the village fete. Thanks to theatrical convention.
I sure hope everything goes to plan. Oh, look! There's Mrs. Craven setting up her cake stall.
And look, there's the motorcycle display team setting up for a show that will be far too expensive for live television.
I'm going to set up the coconut shy. What are you doing, Vicar?
First, I'm running the tombola. Then, I'll be selling forgiveness for money.
Selling forgiveness for money.
I couldn't possibly.
To znowu płatne odpusty w kościole.
Looks like someone sucked all the jam out of her donuts.
Damn ferret has struck again!
Whatever are we to do?
Although I'm very competent, I have no idea how to solve this case.
I guess we'll just have to cancel the fete.
Hold it right there, ferret.
Me? Have you been drinking from the fire extinguishers again?
Not you, the vicar.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Admit it. You wanted the village fete cancelled so you could have the day off, didn't you?
I already
Day off.
work Sundays. I shouldn't have to work 2 days a week.
But how did you know?
O, padłeś.
First clue
was the smell.
Yes, I do smell of urine.
Next, I noticed that the vicar's tongue was particularly dry, almost as if he'd been licking thousands and thousands of stamps.
Or perhaps eating Mrs. Craven's baking.
Which brings me on to my third clue. The vicar said that he had no more room.
Almost as if he'd had his fill.
Precisely.
But you managed to figure it all out from that?
Well, I also found this at the scene.
That proves nothing. No!
Get him out of here, officer!
You did it, Captain. You could say you ferreted him out.
Hey, come on. Let's go and have a party in my massive garden. I am doing well.
Thanks to you, we're all doing well. Well, that was it. The final ever episode of the notice board. And what a way to end it. Thank you as always.
Teraz reklama awansu. Nie awansu, tylko disruptu.
Dancing and learning. So don't change that channel. We'll be right back.
A musical kolejny będzie mój ulubiony zresztą. Z całej gry.
After party at my place, eh?
What advert is this, Alex? I don't remember passing in your broadcast. I think you made a mistake there.
I've got all kinds of
O, jest Katie Pridement.
You've probably seen
Hey, you.
news talking about
You coming to the after party?
and how progressive their policies are.
Zrozumiała swój błąd. Albo ją zmusili.
And I'm here tonight to say
Ale też widać, że mają w dupie tego.
Last push, Alex. We're closing in. One of the guests in the last section is working with us. You'll be asked to censor on our behalf. If you do it right, the final orders will be given. You'll get 3 chances. Get at least 2 of them right, and we're going to win this thing. It's happening, Alex. Tonight we take it back.
I always
Okay.
envied my friends who
No,
had so much
ciężko powiedzieć, czy to odbiją.
over the years, my jealousy
Chyba
grew.
niestety tylko ze względu na
So when Advance came to power,
te
I didn't
busy
think about
i
the damage they would do.
symbol disruptu.
I acted selfishly. I was glad to see the rich punished. I didn't see how backwards Advance were. I didn't understand that rather
Strzały
than
z lewej
tearing
to
down
ostre.
wealth creators, we should have been helping everyone else to take a seat at their table. Under Advance, the country is poorer. It is poorer in ambition. It is poorer in aspiration. We are infantilized by
Mam pomysł na
advances
misję
in
do
our
armii.
policies.
Please, Sarah, anything.
Mum, I'm really not supposed to say.
Are we safe?
Redistributive
I'm Maddie.
fantasies.
Jenny just said to ask if you need a touch-up.
I have whored
Did
myself
she?
out to the media to defend the
That's my shade, is it?
Yeah.
I
This
have
is my
betrayed
shade?
parents. I see that now. Mum, Dad,
You can run
I'm
back to
sorry.
Jenny now.
Oj, nieładnie, Megan, nieładnie.
Sorry about that, Sarah.
the
Nothing you can
only
tell me.
hope.
At all, like at all.
They said no
Now
one's died, that's all
lies.
I can say.
10 seconds.
What's wrong
To
with you?
jest CCO jest też w budynku, nie?
Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later in this segment, we're hoping
A,
to
bo już się
to
przygotowali.
Bannon at the scene of tonight's shocking disrupt attack. But first, I'm delighted to be joined by the cast of the smash hit musical everyone is talking about. I'll be speaking with the cast in a moment, but first, let's take a look at them in action. Please give a warm National Nightly welcome to the Novaries.
Najlepszy musical z całej gierki.
Hello? Doctor? Yes, I see. Thank you for letting me know. I have a decent life. I'm a happy, loving wife. And my job is well paid and fulfilling. I have a husband, John. He's due home soon, won't be long. And I have to tell him something that is absolutely chilling. We share coffee in the morning and we make love every day. We take time alone together to talk and laugh and play. We prioritize our needs. We do charitable
Wychodzi mi to. O, raz z 8 jest.
darling John. Oh, dearest John. There's something very wrong. I've just had a conversation with our doctor, David Watts, so please be seated. This news will make you feel defeated. The scans revealed a lump. You poor unlucky chump.
Is it cancer?
Worse, oh John, we're having a baby.
How can this be?
Oh, woe is me.
Why has this happened to me? I always wear 2 condoms for the maximum of safety.
In our tiny flat, we built a peaceful habitat. Now our lives are fucked. We're having a baby. Now you can't have any wine at book club.
And there won't be any time for foot rubs.
Now your hair will stink of weed.
And you'll start to disagree.
And forget about that holiday in territory 3. No more waking up at 10:30. In fact, you're never going to get a good night's sleep again. No more snap decisions to go on to a club. You'll be lucky if you even make it out to the pub. Why can't we be more like our gay and lesbian chums?
The only glue they have to deal with comes from personal bums.
Now when I take a sick day at home,
The parasite won't leave you alone.
how he's grown.
We're our top priority.
I look after you, and you look after me. Ain't no trouble.
Ale trochę irytujące jest to trafianie w rytm na tych kamerach.
No one wails and no one walls. No one draws things on the walls.
A happy husband.
A wonderful wife. We got a childless life.
We're having a baby.
We're having a baby. Changing nappies daily. We're having a
Baby.
no more weekends by the coast. Now your kid is uppermost. It's more than a passing craze to have childless days.
Muszę skupić niestety na tym tym.
And drink thrown everywhere. Death trap toys.
Nie chcę psuć też musicalu.
Every parent prays to have childless days.
We're having a baby.
No more stars and no more. We're having a baby. 18 years on bills and leases. Time for a whole new phase.
We're having a baby.
One more thing before the show begins. Have you considered that you might be having twins?
Amazing! The Novaries there, treating us to their opening number from Energy for a Childless Life, which is currently the hottest ticket in the Capital Theatre District. And we'll be touring the territories later this year.
O, idą.
Then come on, you guys, come on down, let's go, don't be shy.
Daję też picie w międzyczasie.
Hi, Megan. It's an honour to be here.
Oh, really? Are you fans of the show? Yes, used to be. Well, listen, let's get stuck in. Your amazing musical. Now, I mean, not only do you perform this show every single night,
With matinees on Wednesday and Saturday.
right, but you're also the show's creators, am I right?
Well, everyone contributed their ideas, and then some of us went away and did the actual work on the script. But no, it's very much a team effort.
Oh, that's fantastic. How rude of me. I've not introduced any of you. I'll be the one being replaced next. Let's go down the line, shall we?
Hi, I'm Jack. Hi,
Jim Blunt. Pleasure to be here.
Jennifer Borum Woodley.
Hello, I'm John Sapley. I used to be in the business professionally.
My name's Jill, with a J.
And I'm Janet. I'm the youngest. And I'm Janet.
Wszyscy na J.
And you were all friends previously. I mean, what a coincidence, right? With your names beginning with a J. With your names beginning with a J.
Oh my goodness, guys! Our names all begin with J.
How have we never noticed that?
Because you haven't typed them out 1,000 times? You knew? Why didn't you say anything? I thought we all knew. It's bloody obvious, isn't it? I just thought we were doing a funny thing, but we never mentioned it.
And I believe as well as being friends, you're also couples.
In real life as well as in the show.
Pary.
Not exactly.
I'm not married to him. I'm with Janet.
And I'm with John, you lucky
O.
Jim and I are married.
4 fabulous years.
Well, that must make for some confusion in the rehearsal room.
Różne pary.
In the first draft, Jen decided that Jack would play Jim, I would play Jack, Jen, Janet, Jill, Jen, Janet, Jill, Jen.
What about John?
Well, my character was originally just called Man One.
It was allegorical.
It was very confusing.
Not for a professional.
After much toing and froing.
Gnashing and wailing.
And gin and tonic.
We decided that we'd just use our own names, which is less truthful.
We're also less likely to go into the wrong dressing rooms.
Oh, God, yeah, that would be very embarrassing, wouldn't it?
Of course, when I first wrote it, we were only meant to run for a few nights at the Nimble Village Hall, but when I registered it with the Department for Culture, it caught the eye of someone high up, and before you could say overnight
Jill,
sensation,
Janet.
we're transferring to the capital.
Ale jaki to musi być zbieg okoliczności, że wszyscy spotkali się, mają imiona na tą samą literę zaczynającą się. O.
I had to give up my job as a mortuary technician.
Yes, we all had to move to the capital.
I love that job.
Very turbulent time.
Chłopie.
Peaceful, no singing. So peaceful, no singing.
This piece isn't.
Stand by, Alex. Censor the orange.
To trzeba zacenzurować.
And why you shouldn't have them.
In a way, I guess it is political, with a small p. After all, we are a solid unit, and eagle-eyed audience members will see we nod our heads to advance on stage throughout, and we target the messaging at women aged 22, well, about 35, as they're the most likely to be afflicted by this terrible problem.
Terrible problem.
Having children.
Terrible problem.
You understand, Megan.
You clearly agree.
This isn't about me.
Of course, we see that there are advantages to a family unit, but eagle-eyed couples watch as the little parasites advance on their lives, and there's no time to play the guitar.
Cenzura rozpieprza mnie w tym
Watch a
momencie.
movie. They're exhausted, passed out on the couch by 20 to 9, for God's sake.
Very chatty tonight, dear.
Usually I'm the chatty one.
Because you're the youngest, we know. It's not a badge of honour, Janet. It's not a badge of honour, Janet.
Oh, well said, John. Thanks, Jack. Got you back.
So could you just tell us what is the play about? What happens in it?
Well,
go ahead.
It's a tragedy, obviously. Jennifer, myself, and John have their
Rozmawiałem sobie.
and the story chart.
Jedynie odpalałem sobie, co one tam gadają, bo chyba jest napisane, o czym one gadają.
I'm dancing.
A lot.
My character works at a menu centre for a distribution unit. Eagle-eyed, she sees her friend's rapid advance to a pit of despair. Becoming a target for
Jestem zdziwieni, co ona gada w tym momencie.
22, she decides to take drastic action. I can't really say more though. I probably said too much already.
Yes. Let's not spoil the second act for anyone who might come to see it.
O nie, nie przymieniłem kamery.
All of you. For too long, we've been told that a life without children is somehow incomplete, that children are a blessing. Well, I've done the research, and they're not. Besides, there's already loads of bastards running around all over the place, so...
We just want people to have the option of a happy, child-free life without stigma. You know, when I was 14,
O,
before I
Patrick
had
Banan.
come out, I had an experience with a girl called Julia Jacobs. She was an experiment, I guess, you know, a chance to dip my toes into the...
Fascinating. Well, thank you all so much for coming in tonight. I really hope you keep them dancing in the aisles for many performances to come. The nose is there. And I am pleased to say we can now go back to Patrick Bannon to get the latest from the scene of tonight's horrific events. Patrick, are you okay?
Thank you, Megan. This is Patrick Bannon reporting from the scene of tonight's devastating and symbolic attack tonight this evening. An attack which I myself have been found myself caught up in. I'm still a little dazed and a little deaf, Megan. So I hope you'll forgive
A
me
dym
if
tam
I
już.
seem that it's time to speak with the Prime Minister. Mrs. Salisbury, that's you. You're still here. The Prime Minister.
I couldn't leave. Not when there were people that needed help. Any team player would have done the same. I don't deserve praise for being human. I don't deserve praise
Yes,
for being
no accolades here. Or palisades. Or lemonade. Right. Or lemonade. So, is the
Tam
situation...
strzały coraz głośniej, bliżej.
Yes, the security services perform their duties without hesitation, and I would like to assure the public that although there have been some injuries,
A tam
there were no civilian deaths.
strzelają się.
Well, that's good news about the civil...
O, coś wybuchło. O! Wybuchło coś tu.
Did you say no death?
That's right. No civilian deaths. Just the 4 disrupt terrorists curtailed by law enforcement, who were, as always, so cohesive. If I may, I have a message for your viewers.
Of course. The camera... Speak there, on the camera there. Speak there, on the camera.
Stay at home tonight. Stay at home. Do not become another casualty of war. Do not become another casualty. Disrupt have had their moment. But, as the dear departed Peter Clements once famously said, it ends today. It ends today.
Thank you, Prime Minister. Thank you for those strong words of strength. Back to the studio. Megan, now in the studio with Megan Wolf now.
Patrick Bannon there, bravely reporting from the front line of tonight's horrifying bombing. Maybe you need to get checked out.
Ta się ledwo trzyma.
Well, that brings us to the end of tonight's national.
Coś jebło, bo...
Here we go. One final thought. Throughout the program tonight, we've been receiving reports of disrupt activities throughout the territories. Through a series of coordinated
Wybuchło i
attacks,
to bardzo.
terrorists are attempting to undermine Advance's vital work. However, sources at team headquarters have told us that this placid revolution was not only predicted, but allowed to happen. Our government have lured disrupt out from the shadows, and they are not the overwhelming force they would have you believe. The military have been actioned, and well, it's pretty scary out there tonight, so stay at home, stay with Channel 1.
Czy tu wybuchło?
This program, that the turbulence will soon be over.
O, widać strzały.
With equality, fairness, and resources.
Grubo się dzieje na zewnątrz.
Let's make tomorrow better.
A tu jest ludzie z disruptu. A zastrzelili nawet samolot. A wysadzają tą wieżę do nadawania. Ogólnie Chinooki w taką akcję to jest błąd. To są ciężkie helikoptery, to jest przeciwnik, no. Lżejsze helikoptery powinny przylecieć. Jak zestrzelili jeta, to mogliby też je zestrzelić, no. Mieli broń przeciwlotniczą w takim razie, nie? Zajęli piętro, ruszyli dalej. Tu miałem jedno... A, też dobrze, small bonus, starting to get rich, advance w dół, disrupt w górę, channel ładnie kocha. To było wszystko w tym odcinku. Do zobaczenia w przyszłych z Not for Broadcast. Cześć!